Hi everybody and welcome to Art 281 online for spring semester. Welcome to the first day of the first week of classes. What I wanted to do is before you launch into your orientation is just give you a very quick tour around the website, around our Canvas site, and get you set up for your orientation. So there's really three places I want to take you. Over here on this left-hand menu, over here on this right hand menu, and then across the top. Now this is going to consist of me in student view and then also instructor view. So I hope things look similar enough to how they look to you. Okay, first with where are we now? Well, right now we're on our home page. So when you click Art 28111W, this is where you end up without this whole unpublished thing. And it looks pretty much like this. You get the information on the front page, you get a to-do list over here, you get a left-hand menu and your top menu. Looks pretty similar. So let's look and see what else these other links provide. So we've got our home page, we've got our syllabus. The syllabus you'll be directed to in your orientation, but let's just take a quick look. Notice that it is on this left-hand menu, so it's going to stay there all semester. It has all the important information you need of the basics for the course, like the course catalog description, the course objectives, things like course requirements, books, login requirements, copyright, all that really important stuff, including a very brief, very abbreviated calendar. Notice too that there's a calendar over here. That calendar is helpful, but we're going to later take a look at this more dynamic calendar here at the top. That'll be even more helpful. All right, so next link is modules. What is that? Well, modules are basically units, right? So it's just a way to organize information in chunks. And our chunks are weeks, right? We're going to do everything kind of on a weekly basis, 16 weeks. So the first thing at the very top is the orientation. Um, so um, just like is explained in the orientation, you just follow through it chronologically, and pretty much all the modules are like that. So let's click this little caret so you can hide that for a moment. You can always do that at any time. Notice that this is going to be opening at 9:30 a.m., so it's not opening yet, but it has everything for the week and links to things like the lectures and the discussions. So even though you can just do a quick link over to discussions, the thing that you're going to be doing for the week is actually in the module, so that makes it helpful. And all those weeks, including reviews, are all in chronological order here. Discussions, this is where we do the majority of your work. Right now, nothing is open because the class isn't open for another 20 minutes or so. But you do have these discussions, discussion boards, Art News, and Art Cafe, which the orientation will explain are just kind of casual boards. So if you don't want to, go through the module to look at the discussion, maybe you've already looked at the lecture and you're coming back to do the discussion, you can just click discussions. Quizzes, anything that's an exam is a quiz according to Canvas. So all your exams are linked in the assignment quizzes, and notice that all the dates are there as well as they'll be on the calendar. So you can check those out now and make sure those work with your personal life for proctoring and so on. Assignments are everything, including quizzes, including discussions, and really that's the only things you're doing for grades in this course. So your discussions and your exams are all in assignments. A little tip for this or any other class, if you'd like to see your assignments grouped by what kind of assignment they are, just click type up here instead of date and it will group them for you, which can actually be pretty handy. Conferences is something that we'll do probably a little bit later this semester once everyone's settled in. Conferences, no, it has not been published, that's true. So conferences are kind of what it sounds like. It's sort of an opportunity for an online discussion. So instead of me just doing a video, we could have a conversation. We can answer questions in real time. So we'll talk about how we'll use that later on. Grades is pretty self-explanatory. When grades are posted, this is where you'll find them. And then the library is just a quick link to the library. All right, so let's take a look at what's on this this right hand side, excuse me. Just wanted to show you that this can be handy. This is sort of like a to-do list, what's going on, what's coming up. It can be handy, but I want to warn you against relying on the to-do list as unfortunately many students have tended to do in the past. I'll hear students say, I didn't know that was coming. It wasn't in my to-do list. Well, you're still responsible for it because there's lots of places to find where due dates are. The to-do list is just what Canvas has compiled from all the things that you're subscribing to, and Canvas has decided it's important for you to know. And Canvas is, software. So you don't want to rely on Canvas to tell you what's important. You want to go and use the tools that I've given you, like the due dates in the units and assignments and in the calendar. To figure out what's going on. So just a little warning, it can be handy. Hey, it's a quick link to the discussion, but it's definitely not something, I'm just telling you right now, you cannot rely on that. Can't rely on that for what assignments are due when. You have to find that stuff out proactively. Okay, so let's leave student view and let's take a look at this top bar. So when you go to the very top over on the left and click the little icon of the Black Hawk, you land on a sort of dashboard. So you'll have all your to-do lists coming up. Now, again, use that at your own risk. And then recent activities. So it'll show things like messages you may have gotten in what classes and any special messages like if there's an FAQ or if there's an IT message or something like that. So that can be handy. Courses and groups, this is everything you are customized to subscribe to. It should include all of your classes that are using Canvas at this moment, but there may be old classes there. So just be sure that you're in the right class by checking the term. Grades, again, pretty self-explanatory. It's a place where all your grades can be found instead of by course. And then calendar is very useful. So calendar, if we click on that, you can actually find all the calendars for all your classes. So here's all my classes. And if I select an item, then the due dates or other notices will come up on the calendar. So I've clicked 28111W. And we've got all the notices of when things are due. I really highly encourage you just to look at this to get a good idea of what is going on in the course and to look at it on a weekly basis. You'll notice that very regularly exams are available. It tells you when the exams are due, when the exams are available, when there's a holiday or when there's something else going on. Like, for example, in March we have a trip to Chicago with archaeology, and it shows you what day that is. Calendar is a great thing to get acquainted with. There's two more things I want to show you on the top, and then I'll let you go to do your orientation. The second thing is here I guess you'd say profile. So let's click on my name. You would obviously click on your own name there. What I would like you to do is to sometime early, first couple days, is post a picture of yourself. Now these pictures are really tiny, and it doesn't even have to really be a picture of yourself. It can be an avatar or something. But the thing is, I don't really understand why, but if I have a little picture or a little icon next to your name, it does actually help me to get you to know you a little bit better and your online presence and your personality better. I'm not sure exactly why, but it does, rather than just seeing your name and then a blank, sort of silhouette. So if you would please, the first couple of days, post a picture of some sort. All you have to do is click the little pencil and upload a picture. Also, one other thing you want to do in settings is add an email address. Now, what happens with this email address is anything that comes through this inbox will get forwarded to your email address. That's very important because very important messages may come to you through this inbox, and if you're not logging in as often as you would like a couple times a day, you might miss them. So this will get forwarded to whatever email address you give it. If there's an email address you check like regularly or that pops up on your phone immediately, that may be the one you want to include. So speaking of inbox, let's click inbox. It's so tiny here, but it's so important actually. Inbox is very important. Now what I've done is I've taken a little Word document window and covered up because I don't want you to see all the emails that are coming from other students. Of course, you don't need to see those and you don't want to see them, I'm sure. But this is the area where you will find emails to and from instructors or other students, and it's basically an inbox, okay? Also, you can send email from here, messages. I mean, it's really not an email system. Like I said, it's more like a private messaging system within the course that can be forwarded to email. So you can't just, when you're composing when you're composing a message. You can't just, type an email address. You have to actually select members of courses. So it is just completely internal. It only gets forwarded if you choose it to. So let's select 281.11w. This is how, let's say you want to send me a message. Let's select your course. Well, you can't just type my name. I mean, you could. I mean, sometimes it works where it'll kind of, it'll kind of figure out who you want to send to, but the easiest way is just click this little address book and it'll give you who all is in the course. So let's select teachers, right? So that's me. And then you can send me a message. And it's very easy. All right. So that's really all I wanted to show you on the first day. Be sure to do that orientation. Go through it very carefully, especially sections on like proctoring, because there's certain things that maybe aren't very important now, but they're going to become very important in a few weeks. So it actually doesn't hurt to review it again in about a week or so. All right, well, have a great first day. And if you have any questions after going through the orientation, please feel free to message me.